Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series. We are going to be playing some more Farming Simulator 2019. This actually is one of my top videos. This is the first episode of the last time I did Farming Simulator 2019. It's got like over 50,000 views, which is a lot for me. And I cannot explain why it was so popular, quite frankly. But I figured, you know what? Let's play around. Let's do some more. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. But things obviously been getting in the way. It's been hard to get back to the YouTube stuff for a while now. So I figured now is a good time to try it. Let's get back in there and try some stuff out. I will point out I do have a bunch of mods installed, but the only mods I have installed are ones made by Giants, the company that makes the game itself. That's nothing to say that there's anything wrong with any of the other mods, but I wanted to kind of draw a line somewhere. And so I decided, let me just download all the Giants mods, which is all the little extra tractors and things like that. Plus, I did get all the DLC that they have, and I think there's like an expansion pack or whatever. I bought all that, got all that. So anything that is Giants tagged, I have in the game right now. That's not to say we will never add any of the other mods into the game, but again, like I said, I wanted to draw a line somewhere. I decided to start with Giants and kind of go from there. But yeah, let's get into the game now. I'm really looking forward to this a lot. I love this game a lot. I will admit, let me point out, it has been over a year since I last played this game. And so, please bear with me if I've kind of lost my way a little bit and I need to get back into it. And I didn't mean to say I was like an expert at the game before, but I've definitely lost a little bit. I am going to try and play with the controller here and see if, because I think that's what I played with last time. And so I'm going to have to learn some of the controls again because obviously, like I said, it's been a while. So bear with me with that. We'll go from there. But we're here. This is the starting, like kind of where you spawn. You spawn up that hill a little bit. I just kind of ran down the hill. That's basically all I've done. This is a, what is it they call it? Start from scratch or whatever it is game where you have nothing. You have no tractors. You have no land, but you do have $500,000. So maybe it's not a true start from scratch because I have $500,000, but it's their version of the start from scratch. So we have that going right now. So I have $500,000 to buy something with. And the last time I played this game, let me see, how do I get to there we go. The last time I played this game, we bought these fields over here that you start at because it has all this extra land for the houses and the buildings and things like that. And so we started with this 24, 25, and 26 last time. However, one thing I was looking at, and it was fine. It was a great start. There was a fun place to play. Like I said, lots of space to put some buildings and tractors and things. I had eventually planned on going up here, expanding to 19 and kind of going from there. But what I've decided as I was looking around this time is that, this one is worth, it costs $362,000 and you do get 3 fields, but you get 3 kind of tiny fields. And so they don't get a lot of return for the investment, quite frankly. I think they're still good fields in the long run. Like, I think it would be a good place to expand to at some point. But I've actually been looking around and I've decided, you know what? I kind of want to be near the shop initially because I'm going to be buying my tractors at the shop and I don't want to have to drive them all the way up the road every single time. And I just want to kind of be close to the shop. So I was looking at these plots over here. I thought about 20 and 21. These are going to be good ones. Combined, they're actually about the same price as this over here, maybe a little bit more, but not much. But they are bigger fields. In fact, I think 20 by itself is as big as 24 and 5 combined, and then 21 is there as well. Another option, I could buy 22 over here, but that one's kind of expensive. 23 is a little far out. And then there was 18. And as I was looking around, I was like, okay, 20's not bad. There's some good stuff about 20 here. I don't know what you buying this land does with the restaurant. I used to sell eggs at the restaurant all the time, and I think grain and some other things maybe occasionally. But I think as I've been looking at this before I started the recording, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy 21 and 18. They're across from each other. They're going to be easy to get to. I should still have a little space over here. I think there's a little bit of a hill right here, but between some space over here somewhere to stick some of my tractors and things like that. I won't be able to put like hardly any buildings down maybe, and maybe I don't know if I can be able to do some of the animals right away. We might have to expand somewhere else to be able to do some of the animals. It's interesting. You can buy this plot that has no farms on it. Now, obviously, you can dig your own, not farms, but what am I trying to say? Fields on it. But obviously, you can dig your own fields if you want to. But I think it's always good, obviously pretty good to start with some fields. One thing I will look at real quick is what is growing on these. This one's got sugar beets. I don't think that's too hard to dig up. I don't remember actually off the top of my head. And then this one has, what is that? Is that barley? I think it looks like. So sugar beets and barley. Let's actually check the, I'm looking for. Let's go to here and let's see what kind of thing you need to harvest. Is it just this one right here? Is this what we need? Oh, wow. So we are going to need a special harvester for the sugar beets. So we can buy that field but that's cotton harvesters. But we would likely need to plow that under, or although I guess we could lease one of these early on. And man, I bet these are stupid expensive. Like, what's the cheapest one here? Probably this 325 down here. How much would it be to lease? $16,000 just to lease that, just to dig up those sugar beets. We might plow that field under. I don't know if that's going to be. There's also a reason maybe not to go for that one. Maybe we do go for 20 and 21 or something of that nature. 20 has potatoes on it. Potatoes is still going to be not 100% ideal, to be fair. 22's got canola. Canola you can do with a normal thing, can't you? I actually don't remember. It's been too long, like I said. Let's see, harvesters. Yeah, canola's the I was about to point at the screen, but the canola's the one over here, third from like it's dead middle, third from the left or third from the right, whichever way you look at it. So we could use one of these for the canola. Now, does that cover the heads too? Are the heads the same? Well, I'm trying to remember where the heads are. Why don't I see the? Are they in this thing? They're just farther to the right. No, where's the heads? Oh, I'm all right. I'll be all right. I promise. Um, let's see. Heads are here. Let's see. We want to look at headers. Canola would be okay. So it's the same type of head. So we could do that and use one of these other heads, and we'd be covered for canola. Cool. So we could do that one, which is what? Which one was that? 22 and 20. How expensive was 22? 22 was pretty expensive, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, that's gonna be all of our money, isn't it? I don't want to buy it. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go to it, and I was hitting the wrong thing. 280 plus 140. That's 420, right? 427. And that's going to leave us what, $75,000 to play around with. Now we can always take out a loan, obviously, but that is not going to leave much. But it does start us off with some better crops right away, right? Because I just don't really want to have to dig under those sugar beets. Is that better or smarter than going up there? I mean, eventually, whoever owns this will replace the sugar beets with something else, and maybe we can buy it at that point. So that might be an idea. We might just start with these two and go from there. We can also buy some of these other ones, but just out of curiosity, like how big is one of these massive fields? It's insanely expensive. That one's 428. That one's 1.2 million. That's the biggest field, isn't it? I think so, yeah. So I think 21, 22 are going to be the two we get. It's going to give us a little bit more land to spread out, possibly. So that might be all right. So let's go ahead. We're definitely going to buy 21. I think 21 is definitely a guaranteed yes. But I'd like a second field. And I think 22, just because of what's on it right now, makes the most sense. It's going to really drop us down pretty low on the money, but it will put us in a position to what I'm trying to say, to harvest it right away. Speaking of harvesting, maybe I should have checked this architecture already. Yeah, all of these are growing. None of them are ready to harvest, but they are growing currently, which means that, they're already planted. They're already ready to go. This one is fertilized. This one is not. I'm assuming we may want to just buy a fertilizer, go ahead and fertilize that one, get the most out of it that we can. This one's fertilized on the first level, it looks like, so we will need fertilizer for the second level. So maybe the very first thing we buy is a tractor and something to fertilize with. So let's go to here and figure out what kind of tractor we want. Or maybe we start with what kind of fertilizer thing we want, because that will that might dictate what kind of size tractor we have. Fertilizer, I mean, I know we have, where is it? Fertilizer technology right there. Now the real question is, do we rent or do we buy? I mean, we could rent early on, or lease, I should say, and then switch over to buying later. I don't know if there's a huge, I mean, there's obviously a big difference in, well, not a big difference. There is a difference in capacity here, but I think the, the spread of them is identical. Like if we go, we can get you all the way to a 14,000. Not too much. And then we can go, what is it? I'm looking for spreading disc, 6 meter. So that gets us 18 meters of spread. Is this one any different? I don't think it is. We can get this one all the way up to 18,950. And then it's still 8 meter spread. So either way is 8 meter. I think this was probably the best one. Just go with this one. Do we lease it? It doesn't look like there's a horsepower restriction on these, so You know, we can probably start with the tractor real quick. I mean, do we just go small tractor? That's what I went with last time. I think I went with, I want to say this Fent was one of the ones I picked up, or the Fiat. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I'm also maybe confusing it with one of my kind of solo games. This one looks, oh yeah, yeah. I think it was this one because this one was nice and cheap. We were able to pick that one up pretty easily. Um, as far as types of tractors to go with, I'm not sure how restrictive I'm going to be on myself. I was thinking of, if you watched any of the last series, you saw that I was kind of a um, tributed, whatever the word is, to it was a tribute to my grandfathers who had just unfortunately passed away not that long previously to the game. Both my grandfathers were farmers. One of my grandfathers did a little bit more kind of cattle and other animals, small farming type of stuff, and then the other one was a cotton and a soybean farmer. So it would be really cool to get all the way up to cotton and soybeans. The types of tractors he used, because he's here in the United States, he used a lot of. I remember John Deere for sure. I want to say he had a red harvester, and I do not for the life of me remember what it was. One lean towards like maybe that case was something he had. Yeah, it looks like I think his harvester was this right here. I think well, maybe not this exact one, but I think it looked a lot like that, a red case like that. So it would be kind of cool if we went with a harvester to go with a case one, just to kind of, you know, kind of channel that memory of my grandfather a little bit. So we might try and stick with case and John Deere stuff. Like I said, I don't think his harvesters were John Deere, but I think his other tractors were John Deere. Um, Now, obviously, there's no small John Deere tractors. Is there a case? No. John Deere. There's a case right there. Little expensive. I mean, I don't know. Is it silly to go with a certain type of tractor just because it's what my grandfather might have driven? I don't know. You got to pick it somehow. I could go with one of these medium tractors. I mean, that would be kind of interesting. It's kind of a change of things. There's a couple John Deere in here. There's the John Deere 6R series. It's expensive. I can also go down to this John Deere 6M series, a little bit cheaper. Um, I mean, obviously more expensive than what we started with the last time. And if I want to add any sort of, okay, I don't know if I want. Wow, you can actually get some pretty crazy weights on the front of this thing. The weights aren't that much of an increase in cost, to be honest. Can you not attach a weight afterwards? I'm guessing you can't. Okay, this tractor can also attach a front loader, which that's convenient. Having a front loader can come in handy. I actually don't know if you can. I mean, do you have to take their weights, or can you? I think you could probably add the weights later on if we needed it, right? It looks like it has a weight to it. Like if I want to attach like a separate type of weight, right? Well, if I'm going to do a weight, I might as well add it, right? Although, what can you drop this one? That's actually the other question. If you can't take this one off, then maybe rather have one that I could take off. Um, I don't think I think I'll keep the Trelleborg, whatever. Wheel setup. We got standard wide tires, narrow tires. I mean, eventually we want some narrow tires. I don't think we need to go like this crazy just yet. That might be a down the road type of thing, but we might just go with the standard. Oh, well, that's wheel weights. Really, wheel weights. That's interesting. I think we'll just go with standard for now. Um, and then engine setup. Do I want to add a little bit more horsepower to it? Is that something I can add later? Front loader attacher. I think it would be worth adding the front loader attacher just so we have that option, even if we don't use it right away, but just having that as an option. So, okay, I think we might go with something like this. I kind of want to buy the tractor and maybe lease some of the other gear right away, just because we're going to be using the tractor a lot. I do need to obviously take out a loan for this. So let me, it's probably I'm going to have to reset all that obviously, but let's go back and where is it? It's here, right? Let's go take out a loan. We're going to have to take out decent amount of loan probably. Let's get up to a couple hundred, maybe 250, because we're gonna have a little cushion to buy some stuff. We can obviously take out even more of a loan, but this is a pretty big loan already. So let's do that. Let's come back over here. We'll grab our medium tractor. We'll grab you, not you. Sorry, the star. I got the wrong thing set. I think I said we're gonna go without the weights for now. If we need to, I suppose we could probably add them later. We're gonna go ahead and just go with the lowest engine for now. I don't think we're gonna get anything super major, but we will add the front loader attacher for now, and I think that's going to be okay. So we'll purchase that, and then we will purchase our or lease our fertilizer technology maybe. We might lease this. We're going to use it just for a little bit for right now. Although you have to fertilize a lot, to be fair. You could also just go with one of these other things, but this one does both lime and fertilizer. You know what? I think because we're going to have to use this all of the time, we probably will just go ahead and buy it. I do want to go ahead and get the spreading discs. I want to see what I'm looking for. Do I want to add extension to it? I actually don't think we need it because I think it's going to be plenty just right off the bat. I don't think we need narrow wheels right away. And then we will grab the 6-meter spreading unit. And I think we will buy this as well. That does put us low on money, but we can lease anything else that we need. All right, so we should, how do we, no, there's a way. Oh, that's the train. There's our tractor. And how do we start the engine? There we go. Again, I'm going to have to remember how to do this. All right. Oh, did I miss it? I missed it. The angle was a little off on the camera. All right, attach. All right. Oh, we're going to need some fertilizer. So let's, obviously that's going to be something we have to buy. Let's go grab us some. It's not a tank, obviously. It's the other one. It's the big bags, right? Solid fertilizer bag. We might have preferred to do the wet fertilizer now that I think about it. But we'll start with this. If we change our mind, we can always use this for lime. So I think it's going to be okay. So we're going to have to buy a couple of these. So this is going to drain our money a little bit. I don't know how many of these we need. I'm going to buy like 4 for now. Although we have 2 fields. Let's buy 4 for now. We're close. If we need to, we can always come back. So we'll fill you up with fertilizer. I mean, we're not even going to half fill this thing with fertilizer, to be honest. But I think the fertilizer goes quite a bit. I mean, the lime doesn't usually go very far. You go through the lime pretty quickly, if I remember right. But I think the fertilizer will be just fine. We'll turn around here. All right, well, there we go. We're going to have our 4,000 fertilizer, and let's go ahead and get on out, too. I like this. This tractor looks awesome. I will admit that. I mean, I went with small tractors last time I played. Isn't there a way to zoom out the camera? There we go. So going with a little bit bigger this time around. One thing I will do, I know some people made some comments that they didn't like it, but I personally think it's realistic. Is that I'm going to hire workers, from time to time, especially if we get a second tractor at some point. I will definitely want to be hiring workers because, it's just a lot of stuff to do. So we need to go 21 over here. I remember my grandfather. I mean, he had a guy that worked for him for 30 years, I think, 40 years maybe, all my life. So I definitely know it's something that you know you do. You can't always do it all by yourself. All right, I think we're over here on the right. Yes. Did I go too far, or is that the? I think I went too far. I forget where I'm at. No, I'm not. I'm not too far. No, it's up here. Way up here on the right. Yeah, because there's the one I thought about buying over there on the left with the whatever it was the one I didn't want to harvest. Um, so yeah, we'll just come over here. We'll get over here on this field, cut through the grass over here. Zoom out all the way just so I can see it a little better. I'm actually probably too close still. All right, how do we do this? We need to unfold sprayers and then we just turn them on. Probably could have gone a little bit further up before I turned them on. Looks like I'm a little wider, or I could be a little bit wider than I am. Yeah, I could be a lot wider. We'll do this path, and then I'll make sure I widen up a little bit more here in a minute. But yeah, the fertilizer's going pretty slow. It's draining pretty slow, so we're gonna have plenty of fertilizer for all of this. Yeah, I might if I'd done this right, I might have been able to do it in like 2 passes or something. That might not be quite getting that line right there. That's going to annoy me. Yep, went a little too wide. But we got plenty of fertilizer, so that's going to be all right. I may go back and do that spot just because it's going to annoy me otherwise, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I could have done this a little bit better, but that's all right. Again, hey, it's the first time I've been doing it since in a while, so I'm trying to remember all the things. Yeah, that little patch over there, I can see it from here. It is going to drive me up the wall. One last little pass over here. A little bit of waste fertilizer, but I think it'll be all right. Gonna work out in the end. Yeah, it feels good driving this big old tractor. I mean, it's not even one of the big ones. It's still relatively small in the grand scheme of things, but definitely bigger than the ones we did last time we played. Let's go get this little spot over here because, again, it's going to drive me up the wall if I don't. All that fertilizer just for one little sliver. It's all right. All right, let's get over here. And then the other field is over here. Yes, this is, I'm not losing my mind. Oh no, this is the second field. All right, so I did go a little too far. So we have this field and that one right down there. Perfect. And I see the third field now. It was green, I think. I just wasn't seeing it. All is good. We'll actually I think this is the long ways. We want to go try and go long ways if we can, I think. Still having to get used to the controls a little bit. Going to be a little goofy looking at first. So bear with me. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm looking forward to playing this some more. I mean, I don't know how far we're going to go with it. I didn't go quite as far last time as I had wanted to. I wanted to go pretty far and kind of really get it to the big farm level and all that kind of stuff. Get some of the big equipment. Didn't quite do that, but I don't know. Hopefully, we can get this one going a little bit longer, especially if it's popular. I may have to scooch over here a little bit. Are we good? No, of course I did it again. This is why I need to hire workers because I'm terrible at steering straight. But yeah, I know it'd be cool to kind of get to some of the bigger fields or kind of mess around some of the bigger equipment at some point. I'd like to get to cotton, just again, I don't think cotton's like amazingly easy and good, good money making in this game. I think you have to just really be doing it at such a high scale for it to be worthwhile. But like I said, my grandfather did cotton, so I would love to work my way up to cotton. I think we can do soy. We can do soybeans in this game, right? I'm not misremembering that. I think we can do those pretty easily if I remember correctly. And then who knows? Maybe we'll get some animals and things. Yeah, there's that. Is that potatoes? I think or something. I can't remember what we saw on this on the map. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fertilizer left. I could have done this with what, 2 pallets, 2,000. Oh no, I'm sorry. I bought 4,000. I could have done it with one. Never mind. I was thinking, like, you know what? These are bigger fields. We might need a little bit more, but even the bigger fields, we got plenty. I mean, we're gonna use it. It's not like it's gonna be wasted or anything. And yes, I'm gonna go fix my little spot because it will bug me. All right, there we go. So we are done with that. Let's go check the map real quick. So this one is double, and we still missed a spot somewhere. But that one's double fertilized. This one is already fertilized, ready to go. Where is that spot? Oh, is that it right there? That little, I think I barely see it right there. Literally just turn this on for a second. There we go. Oh, did not mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Turn it off. I hit the X button, which is the exit button, but you're supposed to hold down the L B button first. All right. We're going to put our little thing over here between our fields, our fertilizer. We'll just park it over here somewhere. And detach. There we go. So we got our tractor back again. we're good for that. And yeah, so we're fertilized. We're ready to rock and roll. I just realized I think the time is going pretty slow here, so let me speed that up. We'll go up to 15 for right now. We've already done everything we need to do for right now, and so unless weeds pop up or something like that, we can go pretty fast. I might even go at max speed here in a second. The other options we can do, obviously, is so again they're still both growing. The other options we can do is what am I trying to say? Is just start taking some contracts and things. We can kind of go down that route if we want to. Yeah, there's soybeans. Of course, there's soybeans. I knew there was. I don't know why I was thinking in my head that I was second guessing myself. So we got our two vehicles. Here's our finances. Obviously, we're still in the hole. Big surprise there. That's normal. We do have a couple contracts we can do. We got some transport contracts. Transport items from coffee house to dam. Transport items from water tower to Spanish mission. So there's just a couple contracts. That's weird that we only have contract ones. Maybe you have to go through a full cycle before you start getting some of the other ones to be able to like plow and things like that. Um, Anything else I want to change or look at? I don't think so. I think we're kind of in the waiting game right now, so I may actually go ahead and speed this up and just really get this stuff going. There's no point in sorry about that, hit my mic. There's no point in just in dilly dally, so to speak. We'll just let things roll. Keep an eye on the fields. Let's make sure they aren't about to get weeds or anything on them. Guess I will look at this screen for now. What is it? Is it? I forget what the time frame is for each cycle. Actually, not off the top of my head. Feel like I remembered it before, but I don't remember what it is now. I guess I could turn off my engine and yeah, I don't know. Let's get out and let's go around. Let's check our fields. Growing, fertilized, no weeds, barley. And there's our growing, fertilized 50% canola. There's the cotton thing right there. The weaver, was it weaver wool? Cozy wool spinnery. That's what it is. Spinnery. And what was this field again? I totally forget what it was now. I got a second. Let's run over here and check it out. This one is a sugar beet. That's what it was. I knew. I was like, I knew it was something that grows in some root type thing. Beets, sugar beets, owned by Justine Coggins. 50% fertilized. Well, I mean, we could do one of the transport missions, I suppose, but feels like kind of I don't know if there's a value in doing those right this second. I mean, I do pay a little bit of money. And what would I use to transport them though? Let's see. Oh, now we're getting some more. Oh, they got some fertilizing. I mean, we don't even have to use her equipment. We can use our own equipment, our own stuff. This is 2 and 17. Let me see something. Let me slow down the game real quick. I can't remember if it's paused on that screen or not. Actually, I guess I can check real quick. So we're at 1320, 1330. And if I go back, yeah, it doesn't look like it's paused. So let's slow it down to 1 for a second just because I want to check these out and not miss anything. So 2 and 17. 2 and 17. So 17's way up here. It's kind of a goofy looking one. 2's way up here, which is fine. We'd have to go pretty far, but I think 17 would work pretty well for us. So why don't we take the contract to go fertilize 17? We got the fertilizer, we got the tractor. So we pay us $3,500. Something. Use your own equipment or lease equipment for reward reduced by $500. No, I don't think we need to lease anything. We got it. We got a good enough setup. Yeah, it can be liquid, solid, slurry, or manure. So let's accept the contract. And let's go grab our tractor and go fertilize his field. We got some extra stuff. Where's my tractor? There it is. Yep. Try to make sure I remember the commands. Back you up. Grab our little thingy. Hook you up. Let's fold it real quick, and then we'll head out. Let's see, what's the fastest way to get there? How do I get the map back up? L? There we go. I don't think I need it. Well, I mean, I can look at it for a second. So we can go up this back road and get there, I think. So let's go up this way. Head on up, get us a contract done. Yeah, we should be able to take this road over here to the left. I think I remember these roads now after a year. I remember that monastery, or not monastery, I guess it's a mission up there. A church. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, we used to take that little dirt road right there to get to our farm from the backside of it, which is I do like that farm area. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool. But those little fields are just really small, and so the return is just not as good. I think if I remember right, I eventually turned the 24 and 25. I plowed them into a single field at one point. I think that might have been one of the last things I did, and we started growing on that. I don't remember if I ever actually harvested a full thing off of that double field or not. All right, head up here. Oh, no, I think we do want to take this road here. Yeah, and we'll head over here. 217. It's a pretty good size field. It'll be a decent amount of money though, so it'll be helpful. Pay off some of that loan we got, or help us buy a harvester or rent a harvester, or whatever we end up having to do to harvest our own field. We'll probably buy a trailer, but we'll probably have to rent the harvester, lease the harvester for now. I guess we could do this lengthwise just fine. We'll have to take a little bit of a curve, but I think it'll work out okay. All right, let's try right here. Unfold and turn on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Turn on. Okay, I'm not quite getting the corner there, but I think if I remember right, the contracts you don't have to be 100% perfect. And this contract's easily going to pay for itself. I mean, all we're using a little bit of time on our tractor and wagon, as far as the hours of usage. I actually don't know if the fertilizer trailer, if that has a degradation, but I think the tractor you have to repair after a certain number of hours. But I mean, it's just a few minutes on it. So between that and then the fertilizer that we're paying, which is not that much, we're definitely going to make our money's worth on this. And we could still go do that other fertilizer. Oh, I did not do that right. I think I double clicked it. I kind of want to scooch over here anyway. I may have to come back and do that little tip at the end, but we'll see if this is enough. If I just start here, and if I have to come back and do that a little bit, that's all right. Again, you don't have to be 100% for contracts, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I might go do number two still. I mean, we're going to have plenty of time. We're going to have plenty of fertilizer. So it's another few $1,000. I mean, these fields right here, these four in a row, that'd be kind of an interesting set of fields to have. You can easily kind of do them bang, 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 one after another. As I roll over this other guy's field. Thankfully, his stuff's not up. Although you can't destroy crops that are not your own, if I remember correctly, unless they've changed that for some reason. All right, we're going to be pretty close after this pass. We may have to do a little bit of the bits that I missed, but I think we're going to be pretty close to getting credit for it. And I'm not driving straight. Now, granted, it's not a straight line, but still, I'm not driving on the line very well. I probably should at least hover over here and get this a little bit. Yeah, we missed that whole edge up here. All right, how close does that get us? 98. Cannot quite turn it in yet, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of this spot right here probably, and then maybe up that side a little bit. Again, I don't think you have to, maybe they changed it. Maybe you do have to 100% now. For some reason I feel like you didn't. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we didn't have to 100%. So yeah, there's $3,500. And another fertilizer job we can go do right away. And I mean, this one's obviously further away, but I mean, what else we got to do? Actually, you know what we're going to do? I think we're about 35 minutes in. We're going to go ahead and put a cut in this episode. I don't know. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this first episode, kind of getting back into this game a little bit. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are enjoying this, you want to see more of this, anything specific you want to see, any thoughts you have at all, please let me know. Also, please give me a thumbs up on the first episode of the series, because that really helps me know that you enjoy this series and want me to continue doing it. And obviously really helps out the channel a lot. I do appreciate you watching, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.